Okay, we're in a match. I don't know if this will last, but we are in. I'm recording. I'm streaming. We are in a single match. Will this actually work? This is further than I've made it. We got matched up with 2 other people. Got to select our character. Here we go. Oh, we're in. Go, let's explore. No fall damage, okay. Much more climbable walls. To move my webcam, my camera, so I can see what my health things are at, but I'm not fighting this thing. I will. Oh, I can run so fast to get around back to you. That second and a half damage. Ooh. To make us invisible, that's what my other special was. Okay. Okay, I've got to move my camera like here. Okay, that'll do. And we up and chat, and then I catch up with my squad. Can you jump and vault on top of it? Maybe? So, apologies if I'm not keeping the closest eye on chat. There's a lot going on. Is that me down? Okay, and I can be re-up. Oh, I see. It's a near-death state. Do you attack me to get me back up? Is that what's going on? Okay, I'm very squishy. there's the other fire chariot. Okay, attacking to revive is interesting, because I assume it means the stronger you attack, the quicker you can revive someone. I'm definitely the squishy person on my team. I do have the best dog, it seems. Okay, so now we can level up. Ah, I have more health now. Hey, Tara. So I believe we can just jump up these without needing a horse now. That's pretty cool. The roguelite, the multiplayer roguelite, Elden Ring. Okay, I have 3 potions currently, it seems. Everything's... Oh, that's because the game audio is way louder than it should be. The game audio should be, like, down. Yeah, this game audio is, like, really loud. This a bit better? Sorry, there's a lot happening, and I'm trying to... I got excited that the game let me in and let me play, and therefore didn't take long to work out my audio settings. Yeah, this beta's only open for 3 hours today, and 2 of the hours got used up before I even got into a match, so... as soon as I actually got into a match, I was like, fuck it, we're going live. Yes, apologies for the volume. This game's volume is weird, and it took me a second to notice what was happening. There we go, I'm glad we sorted it. Oh, this is very satisfying quick hits. This sort of speedy assassin feels very satisfying to get these quick hits in with. This definitely feels a lot more fast-paced than I would usually play Elden Ring. There's no taking it slowly. We've got to just go, go, go. Oh, I am down. My character does have the zoomies. Oh, we lost connection to the server. We'll try it again. We actually got in, and we got to play around a bit. I can talk about some early impressions. I like that you're dropped in the same place as your squad, and even without voice chat, it's sort of intuitive that, like, you're gonna stick together. There is a heavy dose of mini-bosses dotted around, so you're not having to search very hard to find something. You familiarly know how to fight from Elden Ring, and that you've got enough people that it's not going to be too overwhelming to take down. I like that it's just level up. It's not level up a specific stat, it's just level up generally. I like the faster sprint, the fact that sprint doesn't really seem, outside of combat, to take down your stamina. You can sort of like climb up and vault up and parkour up walls pretty easily, and that you don't need the horse to jump up the big jumps. I need more time to work out what's going on with... I'm picking up weapons, but I'm not actually changing what my primary weapon is. I think I'm just picking up weapons to give myself different secondary effects, and I need to pay more attention to what those are doing rather than just panicking and grabbing things. I've now got more of a chance to understand what my character does. Once every 7 seconds, I can reactivate the last second and a half of damage that the team dealt. If I see someone deal a really big hit, I can make that really big hit happen a second time. That's really cool. I can also make everyone invisible, which I should probably be using more effectively to keep myself out of danger, so I'm attacking from the shadows, but also, if someone needs reviving, make us all invisible so that we can get the revive done. For Duchess, I think you want bleed weapons. Yes, I want weapons with stackable effects, like poison, bleed, something where I get lots of hits in and I accumulate the effect very quickly. Yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't paying huge attention to what I was picking up, I was just grabbing stuff excitedly because I was in. There you go. Does anyone have any questions about what I've played so far, if you are curious? There we go. We got about 15 minutes in. My understanding is it's about 45 minutes for a full... 45 to 50 minutes for like a full 2 days and then the final boss cycle. So, we got an amount of time in. Look at me, I streamed at least 15 minutes of this game. Where did my other Twitch chat menu go? There it is. Well, there's less than an hour left of the network test, so I'll try a bit longer. If I don't get in on I tried for the first hour, skip the second hour, we'll try for the third hour. Failing that, I'll go get on with other work stuff that isn't quite so chatty. Does it still feel Soulsy combat-wise? It feels like very Elden Ring combat. It feels faster paced, not because the combat's necessarily faster paced, but because I know there's only a limited amount of time to level up in, to get resources, to build my build to be ready. I feel more pressure to not just, like, slowly pick at things, to just throw myself into fights and just get fighting things, find more things to fight. I'm not, like, going, here is my moment of calm, I'll stop and collect myself for a minute. It's Dark Souls, but play it more aggressively. It's Elden Ring, but more aggressively be throwing yourself into combat. You definitely move faster, the sprint is faster. It's speeding up the things in between you fighting, and encouraging you to more quickly get to fighting. If I can get in again, I'm going to try this character one more time, and then I might try a different one. We'll see. Or if someone grabs this character first, I might try a different one. But I'm quite enjoying... Yeah, it's 45 minutes of urgency, is a good way to put it. It feels like it is... Play 45 minutes of the best Elden Ring you've ever played. Go, do it. You've got friends, you got companions, but you have limited time. If you want to get strong, you gotta do it now. Now is your chance. Get good. We got in once. Oh, I think... Can I play that? I think wrote an article about me and Carrie's new series, Abletop. Oh, can I? Yeah, can I play that? Wrote an article about us. That's nice. I'm gonna pop it in the Twitch chat. Oh, yay, that's lovely. We'll have to let Carrie know that we got some coverage. I tend to like more of the adventuring aspects of Souls and less the boss fights. Do you think this will still be enjoyable for folks like me? Tough to say from one 15-minute dive. I appreciate the... How do I put this? As someone that enjoys the exploring aspect of Souls, but has put like 300 hours into a few playthroughs of Elden Ring, I know that map pretty well, and at this point, like, it's not really exploring, it's doing the things that I kind of know. I like the fact that this is randomized map layouts, and I don't know what I'm going to find and where I'm going to find it. I think it's certainly going to be a little more combat geared and a little less exploration geared, but it will be, here is a randomized map, very, very quickly get exploring, get scrambling. It'll be a scrambled exploration rather than a methodical one, but that is more exploration to be doing, and that might be appealing. Lore and stumbling upon interesting things where these games shine brightest. I don't disagree with you. I think there will... I don't know about lore so much, but in terms of stumbling upon interesting things, I think there's going to be, you turn a corner, there's a fucking boss you've never seen. Like, working out, like, your cool new build that, like, no one else has worked out. Exploration in the sense of, like, working out what your cool Binding of Isaac build's gonna be. Of what the fuck is that I've just turned a corner and seen. Like, some of that I think will still be there. Tara says, I just want to say you've been doing amazing work in removing the stigma around accessibility. You definitely helped me see the subject in a better light. Aw, I'm so glad. That's so lovely. Thank you. All I have been trying to do for, God, 5 years now is just be like, accessibility is good for everyone. Let's just normalize doing that shit. Okay. Come on, can we get him for more than one match? You tend to summon for bosses in other Souls games. I do. I feel no shame in it. It depends on the boss. I will try and do bosses by myself if I can, but I also really enjoy doing summons. Look, Elden Ring, no shame. I played most of it using the Mimic tier. I fucking love having the Mimic tier, having my little clone of myself to come fight. The final boss of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC I did with summons from chat, like people from chat summoned in. I like having other people or other things to draw aggro and feeling like it's taking multiple of us to have a chance at taking down this immortal being. And I know that's not everyone's way of playing, but I find that fun. Apparently you can also play Nightreign solo, curious how that would be. Curious as well. I would like to try it. It's not going to be doable in the network test, because the network test is about testing the network, obviously. Okay, come on. Can we matchmake? Let's see. Nope. We got in once. I'm guessing that's because I was literally button mashing when the servers went back up. I got back in the second the servers happened. Yay! I'm very happy to see that Can I Play That did us some coverage. I should read this thing. If we're not in the game yet, I should probably read Can I Play That thing a little more clearly. Tabletop will run for 6 episodes. While TTRPGs may come up, they are the focus of the series. All books and then in game, ability and dexterity. Do we know if this is just an outright $60 game? I believe it's $40. I think it's a $40 game. I don't know what it is in the UK, but I think in the US it's $40. Yeah, this is also on PS4 and Xbox One because it's built on the Elden Ring engine, which runs on those. Which means it'll probably play okay on Steam Deck as well, although I don't know if there's if anti-cheat stuff allows it to work on Steam Deck because it's Linux. It's just current gen, I believe. No, I think that's a specific PS5 build. And I believe there's PS4 and Xbox One build of this. I don't know if they're in the beta, but I believe this is coming to those. Correct me if I'm wrong if someone can find evidence, but I think it's coming to both. Let me double check. Yeah, you get it on if you buy it on PlayStation, you get it on PS4 and PS5, apparently. Looking at the PlayStation Store. So, yeah, I would assume... Yeah, PlayStation's release date trailer says PS4 as well as PS5. Crazy last gen is being supported for this long. Well, I mean, this was developed... right around, like, this was released right around the turn of the generation. So it made sense to support last gen. And then, it's the same engine, so why shut out an old player base? I would be surprised if this didn't get didn't get a Switch 2 port. We'll see. I'll persist for a little longer, trying to get back in, see if we can play one more, one more go. Stop recording for now. Trying to record some gameplay for using in coverage. Yeah, I'm not staying up to the 3 AM next play session. Yeah, this is coming out pretty soon, isn't it? It's what, end of May? This is coming out, like, before E3 time, or Summer Games Fest. Yeah, the date got announced just before previews went up. Let me double check. I think it's end of May? Yeah, 30th of May. Let me double check that price. How much is it? On Steam it is... yeah, £35. So, I think $40. There's a deluxe edition. What does the deluxe edition get, out of curiosity? I'm not sure. I saw on Blue Sky Final Fantasy VII Rebirth runs on Steam Deck smoothly. The visuals have a significant downgrade. Yeah, I've not tried Rebirth, but Remake I've played on Steam Deck. Because of the fact that console makers are having to support the Xbox Series S, they're making sure their games are scalable in a way that is really benefiting last-gen ports, Steam Deck support, the likelihood of Switch 2 ports. Like, the Xbox Series S has done so much to force scalability of new releases in a way that is really healthy for the industry, I think. Let me in again, game. Yeah, for any of you wondering how glamorous the job of working on video games is, of being like a reviewer or doing mock reviews and consultancy, whenever I play games like, you know, I do mock review work where I'm playing a game like 2 years before release, this is the experience. It'll be like, hey, can you get a review of this build of a game that's like 2 years from being done? Can you do a review of it by the end of the week? Also, you're going to spend half your time failing to boot the game or having it crash or failing to connect to servers. This is the unglamorous bit of so much of my job. Usually I'm not doing it on stream because it's secret stuff I'm working on, but so much of my job is sitting mashing to connect to a server so that I can get like a little bit of play in to start writing about a thing. Nightpaw says, games have a bad habit of expanding to fill available space, and having consoles like the Series S and Switch is great for holding back the flood. Yeah, it's... games... there's no reason that we shouldn't have all 60 FPS games this generation, but because they can do prettier graphics, they push them to do prettier graphics in ways that stop us having 60 FPS consistently. It's like, having to be scalable down to lower things forces them to make them, like, to not just go, use every drop of energy available and make it, like, it won't run unless it has every drop. Honestly, Wataniac. I think, I think the really big rise in popularity of Steam Deck style handhelds, your like Lenovo Legion Go, ROG Ally, Steam Deck, Switch 2, alongside the fact that the Series S exists, I think particularly portable Windows handhelds are going to really encourage, as that market share continues to grow, it's going to really incentivize making your game scalable down to those bits of hardware. We've got 35 minutes. Will we get to start a second game? There's not 45 minutes for us to do a whole second game, but can we get into a second match? Or were those 15 minutes all of the Elden Ring we're going to get to see today? I need to make time still to play. I want to check out Warriors Abyss, the Dynasty Warriors Hades knockoff that released a couple of days ago. I've heard very mixed things from Steph about it, but I do want to give it a look. Ooh, are we in? Okay, let me into a match. Matchmake me. Did you check out Donkey Kong Country Returns? I didn't. I'll get around to it at some point. I played it back in the day on the Wii. I played it on the 3DS. I hear there's some weird issues, some 3DS specific bugs that are still in the Switch version, some weird things like that. I don't have time necessarily right now in my life to spend the amount of money that it is, because I'm still waiting to get fucking paid for book stuff, and the time to play for a nice looking remake of a 2D platformer I've played before. Like, right now, in terms of money and time, I need to be prioritizing stuff that I haven't previously played, so I've got new stuff to talk about for work. Seeing the disparity between the gigabyte requirement of modern games is staggering. Look at the space requirements for Metaphor and Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. This was pretty small, this was like 7 gigs? I think it was only like 7 gigs for this network test. Which was like, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, no, I'm still waiting for to either get paid by book publisher or United States State Government Department that both owe me money. Right now, the games I pick up for work have to be very strategic, because I'm paying out of pocket, and I've got to be thoughtful about what games I can afford to cover while I'm waiting for that all to sort out. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country Returns, it looks really nice, and again, if I'd been paid, I'd have probably picked it up just to have it, because, like, at some point I'll get around to replaying it, and it looks nice. But yes, at the second, it's like, if I've not got review code for it, I've got to I gotta really decide whether I spend money on it at the moment. And who I get code from and who I don't is really hit and miss. Nintendo, never get review code from them. Haven't done in years. But stuff that's like PlayStation and Xbox stuff I can usually get my hands on. If I go out of my way, like Capcom, Koei Tecmo is probably fine. PlayStation's the easiest for me. PlayStation, I don't have to ask for review code. I just get an email that pops up that's like, your code's ready, click the link. Genevieve Graves says, I brought Monster Hunter Wilds, I have Hello Kitty Island Adventure, everything else now is being saved for Switch 2. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is the one that, like, right now, I would really like to be playing. And just, I can't justify picking it up. But it is top of my list. When I get paid, it's top of my list to pick up, as I wanna have a silly little light-hearted... That game opens with a snakes on a plane joke, like 5 minutes in. That game looks weirdly charming. I have a love-hate relationship with Nintendo. Nintendo is the only one of the 3 console manufacturers who has not sent me review hardware for systems since starting accessibility. I would like to get on good terms with them, we'll see. Both the PS5 and the Xbox Series, I will say in PlayStation and Xbox's favour, at the point when those consoles were releasing, accessibility as a series was less than 6 months old. It properly kicked off as a series in June maybe, and by October they were like, yeah, we'll send you a console to do an accessibility review of. Respect the hell out of them for that. Like, I had both of those consoles like 3 weeks early. Nintendo is the one company I've not yet gotten on track to be like, come on, give me a console so we can talk about accessibility. As I've said many a time, if Nintendo doesn't want me to leak any information about their upcoming hardware, the best thing they can do is give me that hardware under NDA. You don't want me to talk about your games before you're officially talking about them? Give me them under embargo. I won't say shit. If you want me to shut up, the best thing you can do is allow me to have a formal official relationship with you. Yeah, Nintendo and accessibility don't mix, and that's the thing. I don't think they feel like they have anything to boast about with accessibility, therefore they're not gonna go out of their way to give me hardware to say is inaccessible. It does seem like all Nintendo regions have to get approval from Nintendo Japan, but yeah. Like, when I was at a named outlet, it was much easier to get stuff from Nintendo. Like, I used to go to Nintendo review events when I was, like, in an editorial position. But I think at this point, I don't think they know whether to class me as, like, press or influencer or streamer. I don't think they know what box to put me in anymore. Well, we sure did play 15 minutes of this game and then sit for another 25 minutes not playing it. Come on, let me in one more time. I know we're gonna get kicked out. Oh, I know we're gonna get kicked out basically as soon as half an hour's passed, but I wanna play a little bit more. You saw 3 mini-boss encounters. I did see 3 mini-bosses. I got quite a lot done in 15 minutes. Welcome to network tests. Yeah, Flame Chariots, Flowers, and Scarlet Rock Priest, yeah. well, once this half an hour finishes, if the game kicks us out, which maybe they leave it going longer, maybe they kick us out, I then get to spend my day playing another network test for Monster Hunter Wild, so I can get some time in on that. Wataniac says, I was in one of the betas for Tekken 8, and that was a lot of fun, but that's mostly 1v1, so I imagine that's easier to manage. It's also from a company that has a lot more experience with multiplayer. FromSoft notoriously doesn't do proper, like, fully open co-op multiplayer. They do load into this instance and fight in this one location. They do very instanced multiplayer. They don't do in real time squad up multiplayer, as it were. This is new for them, and I am willing to give them some leeway while they work it out. Yeah, they're both Bandai Namco, but, like, yeah, it's very different. It's very different teams. Like, the Tekken team has been working on how to do multiplayer for a lot longer. Could it be that you need to move around while matchmaking is happening in order to not be disconnected? No, I promise you that there is nothing I can be doing. This is purely... As someone who's done a lot of network tests in my time, it's purely the gamble of... Do you get lucky, or does the server throw up an error message? It's like, that's the only reason they're doing this network test, is to generate a shit ton of error messages so they know, like, who had errors and why. Like, trust me, I've tried moving, I've tried not moving, I've tried this, that, and the other. It's not making a difference. This is just... The servers are being hammered, and that is the point. They are trying to get a sense of how much server bandwidth do we need for the demand this thing's going to generate. Well, I'm going to use a minute to clear out my email inbox slightly. Ruffy and the Riverside. That's the one I wanted to check out. I've got too many things to check out. Ruffy and the Riverside I wanted to check out the demo for. Those 15 minutes were fun. They were a fun 15 minutes. Ooh. I didn't try Monster Hunter last time. I had other stuff going on. I just didn't get around to it. But I wasn't too stressed about the Monster Hunter one, because I did get to play some of Monster Hunter back at Gamescom, August last year. Yeah, that's the thing. Later server tests will probably go well, but this is the one that was like during a work day that I didn't have other obligations. Because the other tests are happening like over the weekend when I kind of already had plans, or in the middle of the night that I don't really want to stay up for. This was the one that was happening at like I can get some playtime in during work hours. Which is inconvenient, I know, but... so many evils today. Look, if I can't sleep tonight, maybe I'll play some in the middle of the night, but... got any Valentine's plans? Being ill with my wife. We've spent like the last 3 days. We've spent like the last 2 days in bed, ill together, just being snug, and that's probably how today's gonna be. Is just once I'm done with this, going back to bed and just being very snug with my also pretty ill wife. I know, the most romantic of Valentine's plans. Just being proximate and unwell together. She is asleep in the other room, and I probably would be too, if not for the fact that stupid network tests require me to be here on a specific day. Come on, I just want to get in for a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more play, come on. Beats being unwell alone, I guess, though I wouldn't want to wish illness on anyone. Yeah, look, I wouldn't want someone else to be ill, but if we both happen to be ill coincidentally at the same time, it's not as bad. We can both grumble together. Hey, Shirkbot. We played 15 minutes of this game in the last 2 hours, 40 minutes. Teehee. Honestly, to me, that is true love, is finding the person that makes you feel better rather than worse as company when you're feeling ill. The one that you're like, okay, let's just be gross together. Like, oh no, don't kiss me, I'm all snotty. Oh, I don't care. In sickness and in health, exactly. It's a shame you haven't had much time to play, but turning into a chatting stream has worked out perfectly for me personally. It's given me something to listen to while getting ready for work. I'm glad. I apologize that, like, that hour in the middle, I skipped. My voice is rough today. I did an hour and was like, I'm tired and my voice hurts. I need to rest it for a bit. I rested it for an hour and I was like, yeah, I can... The game appeared, I was like, I can give it another go. I'm happy that people have enjoyed the impromptu chat stream.
Always.
The owl person is a very fucking cool design. I do fucking love this design. I really thought this was gonna be the one. Honestly, all of the default character designs in this network test look pretty fucking cool. They're a hoot. They are a hoot. Oh, we've got 18 minutes. Let me in. Just let me in. Do it, game. You know you want to. I wonder if single player gives you 2 summons. I have no idea. I'm very curious. Yeah, if it's the equivalent of, it picks 2 of the other characters, but it automates their gameplay the way that it would have done the Mimic tier, maybe? You essentially have, like, 2 Mimic tiers. How long was Shadow of the Erdtree? Like, I think it was a good 50 hours. How long to beat Shadow of the Erdtree? Somewhere between 30 and 50 hours. Averaged about 40 hours for people. It was a sizable DLC for sure. It was about another 30 to 50% of an Elden Ring. It was a big DLC. I really enjoyed Shadow of the Erdtree. It was pretty fantastic. Oh, okay. Okay, matchmaking, come on. Let's go stand outside and hope that the ghost eagles have a better chance of picking us up from out there. Do I have better Wi-Fi for the ghost eagles? I started on PS5 but wanted to play the DLC on PC, so that meant another playthrough. I'm getting into the lobby more. That is progress. Not as much as I was getting into the lobby more during that first hour. Come on. 15 minutes. You can let us in. We can have another like decent day one attempt. Oh, for anyone that enjoyed Astrobot when it came out and hasn't gone back to it since, Astrobot keeps adding more content, and it's really fun. I played like another 3 hours of new Astrobot content yesterday that I hadn't played before. It keeps just adding in another level here, another level here. Are there specific bosses you hope show up from other Souls games? One of them that's already confirmed that I am really happy is coming back is the Nameless King? Is that what it was called? The one that's like a dragon with like a dude riding on its back that hung out in a foggy grey void. I think it was the Nameless King. That was a pretty fun boss that I wanna see come back. I don't know if Bloodborne stuff's on the table, but that one that was like a big dog, with like really long hair, like hair effect fur on it. Yeah, Nameless King. Yeah, the one that was like a big sort of ghostly dog thing from Bloodborne, with the really, really long hair that had like they did fancy hair effects on it. Forget that one's fucking name. Yeah, it was the secret boss from Dark Souls 3, Nameless King. Yes, it was the optional hidden away secret hard boss. I'm a big fan of the Nameless King. I love the Nameless King. Vicar Amelia, yeah, Vicar Amelia would be great. Hey, Paolapetta. Oh, what's the first one from Demon Souls? The Abyss Demon, the one that's like meant to kick your ass. I think it begins with an A. The something it's not Taurus Demon. The something demon. Paolapetta, you've managed to join a stream, and it's the stream where I'm struggling to actually get to play the video game. But you're here for me chatting at least. What's that demon right from the start of Demon Souls? First boss, Demon's Souls. Bad dude. I like the Dark Lurker from Dark Souls 2. It was a very hidden away boss a lot of people will never have fought. That's the one I'm hoping for, is I'm hoping we see some of the, like, the weird hidden away people might have missed the bosses. What area does it look like? Oh, it's the one that, like, literally the starting area. You run past it at first, and then you come back around and you drop down on it from above in the sort of church area right at the start of Demon Souls. Okay, we got matchmaking failed rather than getting booted out. That feels better. Oh, you're asking? Yeah, okay. Well, we're getting matchmaking failed rather than getting booted out. Stray Demon might be that. Yeah, three player parties. Apparently, single player will be an option when the game comes out, but it's not in the network test because they're testing the network. Vanguard. Vanguard is the one I'm thinking of then. Why? I don't know why I wanted to call it the something demon. I'm thinking of the one... It's definitely Demon Souls. It's the one that I remember from Demon Souls getting remade on PS5 at launch. Big dude, big club, you drop on him from above in a church place. Is it Vanguard? Let me just look up. Demon Souls Vanguard. Oh yeah, okay, it's called Vanguard, I guess. I don't know why I thought it was called the something demon. I knew who. As someone who never used to use LinkedIn and has started using it as a social network in like the last year, it's fucking wild sometimes the people who will send me like the equivalent of a friend request on LinkedIn. There's no falling attack in demons? Is there not? Do you not like come back around and get to the top and you fall down on the thing from above? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I might be conflating the start of Dark Souls 3 and the Demon Souls 1 into one thing in my head. Yeah, LinkedIn is like, I use it because I kind of have to for work, and I mainly picked it up because a shit ton of people that I need to have connections with for work stopped using Twitter and didn't move to Blue Sky, and LinkedIn was the only place where they were. But just for reference, today's person I got a friend request essentially from was the senior accessibility consultant at the UK Home Office. Like, oh, someone in UK government. Oh, fancy. I've conflated the Demon Souls intro and the Dark Souls 1 intro into one thing in my head, haven't I? Yeah, I'm mixing it with the Asylum Demon. That's because I wanted to call it something demon starting with A. I've confused the Vanguard and the Asylum Demon into one fight in my head. And they're very similar. I think you can see why I've turned them into one thing in my head. They're both the intro level fight in a very similar environment. A big dude that's slow and lumbering and swinging at you when you're not quite ready for it. Okay, we have 8 minutes. If we can get in, we might get to play 8 minutes of a game. I'll be honest, I never talk with anyone on LinkedIn. It's the place I use for if there's someone that I used to DM on Twitter, and they're not on Twitter anymore, and they're not on Blue Sky, but I still occasionally need to reach them via DMs. Do some good follows on Blue Sky. One of the things I think is really good about Blue Sky is that if there are certain creators you trust, sometimes they will have made something called a starter pack, where you can go, who do they think's good to follow? Rami Ismail's Game Industry starter pack is a really good place to look for just, like, good game industry follows to do. There are some good video game accessibility starter packs that are worth checking. I would recommend, like, the GA Conf Speakers starter pack. If you're interested in game accessibility, that is everyone who's ever done a talk about accessibility at GA Conf. It's a great place to start for accessibility stuff. Yeah, looking for, like, what are you into? Do you want to be following, like, more women or non-white people in the game industry? Do you want to be following more games journalists? Do you want to be following, like, finding, like, a group of people that you're like, yeah, I want to be following more of them. Go search for a starter pack for them. It's a good way to get, like, a good curated recommended list. I say this because I'm too tired at this moment to remember individual people who are, like, good follows, but let me open Blue Sky, see if I can. Who are some just good people on Blue Sky to follow? I'm just gonna load up my own Blue Sky feed. Wario64, good if you want to see like deals on games being sold cheap. Good quick recommends I can make. Ryan T. Brown, Toad's Anime, over on Blue Sky. Very good if you want, like, very simple tweet length updates on, like, game news. Usually does good threads on, like, announcements from game live streams if you missed those. They may hold additional tests today due to the server failure. We'll see if they do. Chris Schilling is a good follow. Chris Scullion, VGC. A lot of the VGC folks are good follows. I'm skimming through looking for individual people. Vicky Blake, Vix, at VIXX, over on Blue Sky. Vicky's wonderful. At a quick scroll. I follow a lot of people because of work, so it's making a curated list off the top of my head. Can I play that? Patrick Dane. Patrick Dane's a good follow. Let's see if we can even vaguely get back in. I'm gonna stick through for the last 4 minutes and until they tell us, like, the game tells me that thing's not active anymore. And then I go and rest for a bit. Play some Monster Hunter Beta, do my emails. I've got a bunch of emails I need to do today about the accessibility on the showcase. People have been emailing me asking if they can show their games in the showcase this year, and I have to respond to them. Can you link me to the Japanese player support Twitter, Drake Trevlig? Because I couldn't see them posting Twitter updates about the status of things, because I went to just the Elden Ring Twitter, and I couldn't see the promised updates there, so I guess the updates are on a different Twitter that I wasn't looking at. From Software. Okay, yeah, it's the FromSoft, not the Elden Ring Twitter. Cool. 7 minutes ago. Today's network test will end at 2300 as scheduled. We will proceed with improvement work. We're considering holding an extra test for today's session. Okay, so they're not extending the length of this one, but they might do another one. I'll do my best to keep an eye out for if they run another one, and if I'll do what I did this time, which is if I get into a match, I'll start the stream. I thought because I got into one match, I thought we'd get at least 45 minutes of, of game. Oh well. Okay, come on, let me in. 2 minutes. I'm hoping if I start a game, it won't kick me out straight away. It'll let me, like... It just won't let new people in, but it'll let me do that game. Come on, this is our last chance. It's 60 seconds until the thing stops. The beta stops. If I can matchmake in now, the final 60 seconds. This is a fool's hope at this point, but one can dream. Come on. We have how many seconds to try getting back in? We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In theory, it has now ended. I'm waiting for it to send a message telling me it's over. Well, we got 15 minutes of gameplay. I'm gonna try futilely yet. Yeah, it's not a minute past yet. We could get in. Well, we hung out, and it was better than me just continuing to have more of a daytime nap, which was my alternative plan. Ugh. I'm so tired. I'm gonna try and do a regular Friday night stream tonight, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see. The fatigue is real. I got in at a minute past. Go on, do it, game. Let me in. If I get in now. Go on, game. You know you want to do it. You know you want to let me into a match at more than a minute past the finish time. I'm glad I gave you something to watch at 5 AM, Wataniac. I think that's us done. I'm gonna click it one more time, but it's probably gonna tell us maintenance. I'm expecting it to. At this point, it's their fault for not telling me to go away. Just double check. It's... yeah, until 2 PM. GMT. Have I made a starter pack? I haven't made a starter pack. I just haven't had the time and energy to look through everyone I follow on Blue Sky and curate a list like that. Reminds me of the people hanging on to the Wii U servers when they went down, right? Lasted a good few hours after the official shutdown. I think it lasted days. I think there were people in Mario Kart for like days afterwards, trying to be the last one still in the server. See, maybe the smart thing to do would be to not try and matchmake, is to get in and then just hang out doing combat in the sparring grounds. And not try and do any further connection so it kicks me out. It's fine. Once we reach 5 past, I have to give up and I have to stop the stream. I've got other things to do today. I cannot spend the entire day going, let me in, let me in, let me in, banging on the doors of the network build. Yeah, it just seems like these server errors were PlayStation specific. Unless somebody logged into Splatoon for months after the servers went down. It took 2 hours and 30 minutes for people getting in. I mean, I've been trying for 3 hours. I got one 15-minute game in. Yeah, they said they were going to shut the servers off 5 minutes ago. I'm curious that they still seem to be up. Because when they did the server downtime maintenance earlier, like, it was there was a specific message to be like, you can't get in and play right now. We'll try one last try. This has to be the last attempt, and then I stop streaming and we come back, if I get lucky. I mean, have you ever... Saint Nobody, have you ever tried to play online games over hotel Wi-Fi? It never goes well. Okay, I'm ending the stream here. I might come back if I manage to get in or something. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed 15 minutes of gameplay and an hour of this menu screen. Maybe I'll be back tonight streaming, who knows. If they announce another round of this and it's for my usual stream time, maybe this is tonight's stream, we'll see. Thank you very much, everyone.